Sari Wrap Skirt Sister here with another tutorial, believe it or not. So today we are going to do a one shoulder with a ruffle, and I'm using a mini. So you can do this with a long skirt, a T-length skirt, or a mini, but today I'm wearing a mini and we're gonna wear it as a top. And I'm gonna show you both ways as a top because the sleek one shoulder dress I did with a ankle length, so it looks a little different when you're wearing a mini. So here's our finished product. Got a little ruffle on the front, kind of fun, flirty. It's over one shoulder. And the back is kind of open. So one thing that I do recommend is getting some cute like undershirts or bralettes or things that you don't mind kind of showing in some of these wraps, because if you feel like you need to wear a bra, you still could. Now, you could totally go braless. I can't do that when I'm doing a tutorial though. So I have on a little strapless tube top here, but there's a lot of fun ways that you can wear this. Also, you could use a belt here instead of the actual strap itself. You could tie it in the back, put like a wide belt on. So there's a lot of options, okay? So, but this is a super fun style, and it's pretty simple. Anybody could wear it. You can do it any size skirt that you have because it's really just simple. So I'm doing a true to size. I have a regular mini here. I'm deconstructing, like I like to do, like to show you guys the finished product so you know what the goal is, right, before we get there. And I think I got this one, I'm pretty sure, from the Nomad's Caravan. So it's super cute. It's got some peacocks on it. Okay, so there's two ways that you can do an over the shoulder dress, but if you want to have the ruffle, you want to actually bring the skirt that you're wrapping underneath. So we're gonna take the skirt behind you, throw one edge over the shoulder, whichever edge you want. I wanted my peacocks to show, so I did that one. And then the other side you're gonna take underneath. Okay, in the sleek wrap, you do it the opposite way, but we'll get there in a minute. And you can kind of adjust like kind of where you want it here. You pull that string out on the opposite side. So it's kind of like, okay, if you're gonna put on a skirt and then you just take one shoulder up. Okay, you can do it that way too. Multiple ways to get to the same place here. So when you get the skirt on here, you want to find the buttonhole that's kind of as close to the middle of your back as it is. Like, it's not going to be perfectly centered unless you're just like perfectly the right size for it to be perfectly centered, but it's the one that's in the middle of your back. So I have a button loop here coming across my boob. I'm not going to put a string through that one. And then there's another one underneath here. So the center buttonhole, that's the one we're looking for. We're going to take both straps through it. Kind of hard to hold it up over your shoulder while you're doing this, so if it falls, it's okay. You can stick it back on there, and it doesn't have to be super tight right now. So I found that buttonhole and I kind of scooted it over so I could get the strap that's going underneath. You want it to go from the part closest to you out, so I don't want to like wrap it into the skirt. I want to be able to pull it out, and then I gotta pull this back up, get it situated, and then the strap that's going over your shoulder, you're gonna do the same thing with that. And you still want it to go from the outside, from the inside of the skirt out. So from inside, closest to your body, thread it through the buttonhole. And pull all the way through, okay. So now you have both strings there, and then you can kind of adjust where you want your skirt to be. So you might have to twist it a little bit so that it covers both boobies. You might pull it down or up here, just kind of depending. And then you're gonna pull it tight in the back, and you wanna switch the strap over in your hand. So in the back, they're both coming through the button loop, and you want them to go to the opposite side, so that when you pull tight, it tightens. Okay, and then I'm gonna kind of pull up the skirt a bit under my, I like to have the layer going underneath, like right under my boobs. That fits good for me. And then I'm gonna adjust this shoulder a little bit where it kind of curves in, tuck it there, and tie bow. And I like to tie mine in the front, underneath, my bosom, but you could tie it on straight in the middle. You could tie it in the back. There's options. Now, the one tricky part with the one shoulder is this guy, girl, thing, not to put a pronoun on a skirt. So this, it likes to slide. And then you get side boob. And we don't want side boob. Sometimes we do, but sometimes we don't, right? So you're gonna want to safety pin it. And one of the reasons I like to wear something underneath this style is you can safety pin it to the bra or tube top or shirt, whatever you put underneath it, you can safety pin there. You can also safety pin it to itself on the belt. I prefer safety pins here because magnets, like this motion, you just pop the magnet off and then like, oh, you're gonna have side boob anyway. So just be careful with that. I like to safety pin this one here. And give yourself enough room, like you can move your arm up and down. So you might wanna do that and then safety pin it versus like if you're safety pinning it like so tight and then you're like, can't move and you rip your skirt, that kind of thing. But generally the skirts are pretty forgiving and that won't happen anyway. So this is the one shoulder with a ruffle. But briefly, if you don't want the ruffle, you're like, oh, I'm not feeling the flirty ruffle style, whatevs. No big deal. All you have to do is put the strap that's going underneath. The string's really long. Put the strap that's going underneath over top. So instead of going underneath my shoulder here, I come over top of it. And so that it doesn't take me 20 minutes, you go through the loop again, the buttonhole in the back. But I'm just gonna tie it off so that you can see this is the one shoulder sleek. I do have another video, one shoulder sleek wrap, with this in an ankle so you can see what it looks like as a dress. But the same thing happens with that one. You still got a safety pin. You gotta do something with this guy or girl. I don't know why I keep doing that. A guy, because no offense, but they don't stay where they're supposed to. I'm teasing. Okay, so you got a safety pin or magnet or something, and you can adjust here. This got a little bit high on me, but you can adjust it how you want it. But I just wanted to show you that there's two ways to wear it. So here's more of the sleek from the front, and the back it looks basically the same, except for I didn't put it through that buttonhole, so it's a little lower, but it would look the same. You could pair it with a cute jean jacket, some cute boots, whatever you want it to do. So there is our one shoulder with a ruffle or without, and that's a wrap.